Beneath the earth, beyond the veil of life, there exists another realm. A realm where gods rule, spirits roam, and the dead embark on a journey towards their final resting place. This underworld is not a place of fear or darkness, but one of reverence and transformation, where the living and the dead intertwine, and where the ancestors' wisdom continues to guide the world of the living. Across Africa and the African diaspora, the afterlife is seen not as an end, but as a continuation, an ongoing journey that is just as vital and important as life itself. Today we explore these rich and mysterious underworlds. Mbulu of the Zulu, Nfuduma of the Igbo, and Guinea in Haitian Vodou. In the world of African spirituality, death is not the final goodbye. It is the transition to another realm, a space where ancestral spirits continue to watch over and guide their descendants. Mbulu, Nfuduma, and Guinea represent not just the land of the dead, but also the spiritual dimension where divine forces govern, protect, and maintain balance between the living and the dead. These realms are inhabited by gods, ancestors, and spirits, each with its own unique power and purpose in the afterlife. Here, the dead do not disappear. They remain present, offering wisdom, protection, and guidance through rituals, dreams, and ceremonies. The concept of the African underworld is one that is deeply rooted in the belief that life and death are interconnected. It is a space where the ancestor spirits walk alongside us, where deities govern with the divine purpose, and where the cycle of existence is ever present. But what happens when the body dies? Where do the spirits of our ancestors go? What guides them in their journey? And how do they continue to influence the world of the living? And most intriguingly, which deities reign over the sacred realm? These are the questions we will explore as we dive deep into the rich spiritual landscapes of the Zulu, Igbo, and Haitian Vodou traditions, unraveling the mysteries of the African underworld. In the land of the Zulu, the underworld is known as Mbulu, a mystical realm that exists beyond the earthly plane. It is a place where the spirits of the ancestors dwell, continuing to exert their influence over the living world. Unlike some traditions that view death as an end, the Zulu believe that the dead are not lost to the earth. Instead, they transition to a spiritual realm where they live on in a different form. In Mbulu, the spirits are not isolated or forgotten. They play an active role in the lives of their descendants, providing guidance, protection, and blessings. The spirits of the ancestors remain present in the world of the living, and the Zulu people honor this ongoing connection through sacred rituals, ceremonies, and invocations. The Zulu understanding of the afterlife is deeply entwined with the belief in ancestral spirits, known as Amadlozi. These spirits are considered to be the guardians and guides of the living, acting as intermediaries between the physical world and the divine. In Mbulu, the ancestors are not distant or unreachable. They exist in a realm that is just beyond the visible world, accessible through dreams, visions, and ritual communication. The living can interact with the ancestors through ceremonies and offerings, inviting their presence into the physical realm. These rituals are meant to maintain a harmonious relationship with the spirits, ensuring that the ancestors continue to bless the community with protection, wisdom, and prosperity. One of the most important figures in the Zulu spiritual tradition is Unkulunkulu, the creator god. Unkulunkulu is believed to have created the world and all that inhabits it, including the ancestors who reside in Mbulu. Unkulunkulu represents the highest spiritual authority, and through this deity, the Zulu understand the interconnectedness of all life. Unkulunkulu is not just a figure from the distant past. Rather, this divine presence is alive in the lives of the people, constantly influencing the world through the actions of the ancestors and the rituals they perform. The role of Nkulunkulu in Zulu spirituality underscores the cyclical nature of existence, where creation, life, death, and the afterlife are all interconnected in an endless loop of spiritual presence. In Zulu culture, the connection between the living and the ancestors is maintained through various rituals and practices. One of the most important aspects of these rituals is the act of ukufosa, or making offerings to the ancestors. These offerings, which can include food, drink, and symbolic gifts, are presented during ceremonies to honor the ancestors and to invite their guidance and protection. In the sacred spaces, the spirits are called upon to enter the world of the living, where they may provide advice, assistance, and blessings. This can occur during formal rituals or more informal moments of prayer and reflection, where individuals may request help with personal struggles, health, or prosperity. Another significant practice among the Zulu is spirit possession, which occurs during certain ceremonies where individuals allow themselves to be taken over by ancestral spirits. These possessions are not seen as something unnatural or frightening. Rather, they are viewed as a sacred act of communion with the divine. When an ancestor enters the body of a living person, it is believed that the ancestor brings with them wisdom and guidance. The individual who is possessed may then speak or act in ways that reflect the teachings and experiences of the ancestor. Spirit possession serves as a powerful reminder of the ever-present influence of the ancestors, who are seen as both protectors and guides, constantly watching over their descendants. The Zulu also engage in sacrifices as a way of honoring their ancestors and ensuring that the spirits remain active in the world. These sacrifices are typically made to mark important life events such as birth, marriage, or death, and they are meant to ensure that the ancestors remain pleased with the living and continue to offer their support. The sacrifices can take many forms, from the offering of food and drink to the slaughtering of animals, each of which has its own symbolic significance. Through these acts of devotion, the Zulu maintain the balance between the living and the dead, ensuring that the spirits of the ancestors are never forgotten, but rather are always present and active in the life of the community. The belief in Amadlozi and their role in guiding the living highlights the central role of the ancestors in Zulu spirituality. The dead are not relegated to the past, but remain vital, living forces in the community. The Zulu believe that the ancestors offer protection, wisdom, and guidance, and that by honoring them, the living ensure their own well-being and success. The ongoing relationship with the dead is seen as a way of maintaining spiritual harmony and balance, ensuring that both the living and the dead play an active role in shaping the destiny of the community. Through rituals, offerings, and spirit possession, the Zulu continue to honor the ancestors and ensure that the underworld of Mbulu remains a place where the spirits live on, guiding and protecting those still living in the physical world. In the rich and intricate cosmology of the Igbo people, the journey of the soul after death is both profound and complex. The underworld in Igbo tradition is known as Ado Nfuduma, a mystical realm where the deceased must navigate a series of trials and challenges before reaching their final peace. Unlike a simple resting place, Ado Nfuduma is a spiritual landscape that is filled with obstacles, trials, and guidance from powerful spiritual beings. The soul's journey to peace is one that reflects the challenges of life itself, with the deceased guided through a series of stages by spiritual entities. The ultimate goal is to reach a state of peace and union with the ancestors, where the soul is free from suffering and is able to rest in harmony with the spiritual world. In Igbo belief, the afterlife is not a singular event, but a journey. The soul, after departing the physical body, must pass through various stages, each requiring the soul to confront obstacles and challenges. These stages symbolize different aspects of existence, including moral judgment, rebirth, and purification. The path the soul takes from death to peace is not a straight line but a journey filled with spiritual significance. During this process, the soul is believed to be guided by ancestors, spirits, and deities, each offering support, protection, and guidance to ensure the soul's successful passage through Nfuduma. The guiding forces of the Igbo afterlife are led by key deities, each playing a crucial role in the journey of the soul. Allah, the earth goddess, is one of the central figures in Igbo spirituality, responsible for fertility, morality, and justice. Allah, as the goddess of the earth, is said to govern the realm of the dead, overseeing the transition of souls from the physical world into the spiritual one. As a figure of both life and death, she ensures that the deceased are treated with the utmost respect and guided through the complex process of the afterlife. In the Igbo cosmology, Allah is also seen as a protector of both the living and the dead, offering guidance and ensuring that souls are able to find their peace. Another prominent figure is Amadioha, the god of thunder, justice, and retribution. Known for his powerful and sometimes destructive nature, Amadioha is a deity who brings both justice and judgment, ensuring that the soul's journey is governed by fairness and balance. In the afterlife, Amadioha is believed to play a significant role in the judgment of souls, determining whether they are worthy of peace or must undergo further trials. His role is one of moral judgment, helping to determine whether a soul has lived a just life and consequently whether it can proceed to eternal rest or must undergo further purification. Idemili, the deity of rivers and ancestors, also plays a significant role in the Igbo afterlife. Idemili is revered as a spirit of water and is often associated with cleansing and transformation. As a protector and guide, Idemili helps lead the deceased through various stages of the afterlife, particularly in cleansing their spirit and purifying them from the impurities accumulated during life. As a deity of both the natural world and the spiritual realm, Idemili bridges the gap between life and death, ensuring that the deceased can pass from one world to the other in a state of peace and purity. The spiritual journey through Nfuduma is not just about crossing into the afterlife, but also about confronting moral and spiritual trials. The Igbo believe that the soul undergoes a series of challenges that represent the trials of life itself. The soul is judged on its actions during its lifetime and must be purified of any wrongdoings before being granted peace. This purification process is believed to be overseen by the ancestors, who act as both protectors and judges. The ancestors are thought to communicate with the living through oracles and spirit mediums, offering guidance and support in the spiritual journey. These mediums act as intermediaries, providing the living with advice and warnings from the spirits of the deceased, ensuring that the journey through Nfuduma is aligned with the moral and spiritual order of the universe. Rituals and ceremonies are an integral part of the Igbo tradition surrounding death and the afterlife. The Igbo burial rites are a key aspect of this, with the deceased being honored through elaborate ceremonies designed to ensure their peaceful passage into the afterlife. These rites include offerings to the ancestors, sacrifices to appease the spirits, and prayers for the deceased to find rest and protection. One of the most important rituals is the Igba Nkwu, or the marriage of the deceased to the ancestors, symbolizing the reunion of the departed with the spiritual realm. During these ceremonies, family members and community members gather to honor the deed and invoke the spirits to bless the journey of the soul. Offerings of food, drink, and symbolic items are placed at shrines and graves, ensuring that the deceased are provided for in the afterlife. The Igbo also engage in ancestor worship, a practice that ensures that the deceased remain an active and important part of the community. The living maintain a connection to the ancestors through ongoing rituals, sacrifices, and prayers, ensuring that the spirits of the departed continue to watch over them. By honoring the dead in this way, the Igbo believe that they maintain spiritual balance, ensuring that the ancestors' wisdom and guidance continue to guide the living in their journey through life. Through these rituals and beliefs, the Igbo people affirm that death is not an end, but a transition. A journey through Nfuduma where the soul is tested, purified, and ultimately reunited with the ancestors in peace. In Haitian Vodou, the underworld is known as Guinea, a sacred spiritual plane where the souls of the deceased travel after death. Far from being a final resting place, Guinea represents a mystical land of transformation and purification, where souls embark on a journey toward peace and reunion with their ancestors. This realm is not a place of fear or darkness, but one of renewal and continuation, where the soul undergoes the necessary processes to cleanse, heal, and rest. Much like the spirits of other African traditions, the souls in Guinea are seen not as lost, but as continuously part of the spiritual fabric of the world, tied to the living through rituals, offerings, and communal veneration. The souls travel through these realms seeking peace, protection, and connection with their ancestors as they prepare for their final rest. The Vodou view of the afterlife is centered around the belief that death is not an end, but a transition. Once the body dies, the soul embarks on a journey through Guinea, guided by powerful spirits and ancestral forces. Here, souls undergo trials, and through their passage, they seek purification and peace, ultimately reuniting with their ancestors in the spirit world. This journey is not solitary. It is guided and protected by various deities and spiritual entities. The role of these spirits is to ensure the soul's safe passage, offering guidance and assistance along the way. The souls of the dead may continue to interact with the living, offering wisdom and protection, ensuring that the ties between the deceased and the living remain strong. Among the most prominent figures in Haitian Vodou, Baron Samedi, the guardian of the dead, holds a powerful position in the realm of Guinea. Baron Samedi is revered as the protector of the souls who pass through the afterlife. Known for his mischievous yet wise nature, he is the overseer of death and the guardian who ensures that souls transition smoothly from the physical world to the spiritual realm. Often depicted as a tall, dark figure with a top hat and dark glasses, Baron Samedi embodies both death and life. He has the power to protect souls on their journey, ensuring they are not lost to the void, and provides guidance in navigating the challenges they face in Guinea. Baron Samedi is also known to preside over the rites of passage, and in many Vodou ceremonies, his spirit is invoked to ensure the deceased's safe and respected journey. In addition to Baron Samedi, Zulu Dantor, the goddess of love and protection, plays an important role in guiding the souls of the dead through Guinea. Known for her fierce devotion to her people and her maternal love, Zulu Dantor offers protection to the spirits who journey through the realm. As a guardian figure, she ensures that the souls are safe from harm and that they are guided toward peace and reunion with their ancestors. Zulu Dantor is also associated with justice, and her protective qualities extend to both the living and the dead. She is invoked during rituals of mourning and remembrance, offering solace to the grieving and ensuring that the spirits of the deceased are treated with the respect they deserve. Her nurturing yet protective nature provides a comforting presence for souls navigating the trials of Guinea. The spirits in Guinea are not mere passive overseers. They maintain active control over the underworld and play a crucial role in guiding the souls through their journey. The spirits in this realm are seen as protectors and enforcers of divine law, ensuring that souls who are worthy find peace while those who have transgressed must undergo further purification. These spirits operate with wisdom and justice, offering protection, guidance, and sometimes retribution, depending on the actions of the soul during its life. This belief reflects the Vodou understanding of balance, where justice and mercy coexist, and where spiritual entities ensure that no soul is lost or abandoned. Through the guardianship of spirits like Baron Samedi and Erzuli Danto, the souls in Guinea are afforded the opportunity to complete their journey and ultimately reunite with their ancestors. An essential aspect of Haitian Vodou is the active connection between the living and the deceased. Ancestor veneration is a cornerstone of Vodou belief, and the spirits of the dead in Guinea maintain an active presence in the lives of their descendants. Mediums or mediums serve as channels for communication between the living and the dead, allowing for ongoing communion with ancestors. Through rituals, offerings, and possessions, the spirits continue to guide, advise, and protect their descendants. The spirits in Guinea are not relegated to the past. They are living, breathing forces that continue to influence the lives of their families, communities, and the Vodou practitioners who honor them. This dynamic relationship between the living and the dead ensures that the spirits are never forgotten and that their wisdom continues to shape the lives of the living. In Vodou, the journey through Guinea is a vital and ongoing process, where death does not sever the bond between the living and the dead, but strengthens it. Through the influence of spirits like Baron Samedi and Erzuli Danto, the souls of the dead are protected and guided on the journey. The ancestors remain integral to the lives of their descendants, offering protection, wisdom, and blessings where the souls of the deceased rest and reunite with the divine. Though the underworlds of Mbulu, Nfuduma, and Guinea each offer distinct interpretations of the afterlife, they share a common thread that binds them together, an enduring reverence for the ancestors, and an understanding that death is not an end, but a transition. Across these traditions, the dead are never truly gone. They live on in the spirit world and remain intimately connected to the living. This deep connection between the realms of the living and the dead is maintained through rituals, ceremonies, and ongoing communication, ensuring that the wisdom, guidance, and protection of the ancestors continue to shape the lives of those who remain in the physical world. Whether through dreams, possessions, or offerings, the ancestors are present, watching over their descendants and helping to maintain balance and harmony in the world. A central theme that runs through the Zulu, Igbo, and Haitian Vodou traditions is the practice of ancestor veneration. In each of these cultures, the deceased are honored not only through ritual, but also through the active belief that the spirits remain with the living. In Mbulu, the Zulu believe that the spirits of their ancestors will reside in a spiritual realm that is accessible through ritual and dreams. Similarly, in Nfuduma, the Igbo understand that the dead continue to influence the living, guiding their actions and offering protection. In Guinea, the spirits of the dead are not abandoned, but remain involved in the lives of their descendants, continuing to offer advice, protection, and blessings. These shared beliefs emphasize the idea that the dead are always present in the lives of the living, offering support and wisdom as long as the living continue to honor and connect with them. Another common thread among these traditions is the notion of the soul's journey after death. In each of these cultures, death is viewed not as a finality but as a transition from one realm to another. In Zulu spirituality, the journey of the soul through Mbulu is one that requires purification and guidance from the ancestors. For the Igbo, the soul must pass through Nfuduma, navigating challenges and judgment before finding peace. In Haitian Vodou, the soul's journey through Guinea is similarly a transformative process, guided by powerful spirits like Baron Samedi and Erzuli Danto. These spiritual journeys reflect a belief that death is not an ending, but a process of purification and reunion with the divine and the ancestors. This shared understanding of the soul's journey highlights the interconnectedness between life and death, where the passage from one realm to another is just as important as the life that preceded it. Ritual plays a crucial role in maintaining the connection between the living and the dead in all three traditions. In each of these cultures, ceremonies are performed to honor the ancestors and ensure their continued presence in the world of the living. For the Zulu, offerings and sacrifices are made to the ancestors to maintain a harmonious relationship with the spirit world. The Igbo perform elaborate burial rites and honor their ancestors through ongoing ancestor worship and offerings at shrines. In Haitian Vodou, rituals of possession and offerings are performed to invoke the spirits of the dead, ensuring that they remain active and engaged with the living. These rituals are not only a way to show respect for the dead, but they are also believed to ensure protection, wisdom, and prosperity for the living. Through these practices, the living remain deeply connected to the spirits of their ancestors, keeping their presence alive in the world of the living. The importance of maintaining strong ancestral ties cannot be overstated. In all three traditions, the connection between the living and the dead is seen as vital to the well-being of the community. By honoring their ancestors, the living ensure that the spirits remain involved in their lives, offering guidance and protection. This intergenerational connection is a central aspect of African and African diasporic spirituality, ensuring that the wisdom of past generations continues to shape the present and future. Whether through ritual, prayer, or possession, the living maintain a bond with their ancestors that transcends death, allowing for a spiritual continuity that supports the community's growth and survival. This intergenerational connection is not just about receiving blessings or protection, but also about maintaining the spiritual and moral teachings of the ancestors. In many African and diasporic traditions, the ancestors are believed to have valuable wisdom that can help guide the living through the challenges of daily life. By maintaining a strong connection with the dead, the living can tap into this reservoir of ancestral knowledge, ensuring that they make decisions that are in line with spiritual values and practices. The ancestors, through their presence and guidance, serve as moral compasses, helping to maintain social order and harmony within the community. In these traditions, the dead are never truly gone. They remain active participants in the lives of their descendants, guiding, protecting, and shaping their future. The practices of ancestor veneration, the understanding of the soul's journey, and the importance of ritual all work together to ensure that the connection between the living and the dead remains strong. Through these practices, the spirits of the ancestors continue to play a crucial role in the lives of the living, ensuring that the spiritual legacy of the past remains present in the world today. In African cosmologies, the veil between the living and the dead is a thin one. The belief that spirits walk beside us, guiding us and offering their wisdom, is woven deeply into the fabric of spiritual practice. Death is not seen as a permanent separation, but rather as a transition to another realm where the deceased remain active participants in the lives of their descendants. The presence of these spirits continues to shape our daily lives, providing protection, direction, and blessings. The spirits of the dead are not distant or forgotten. They are present, walking alongside us as long as we honor them and maintain an active connection through ritual and remembrance. We are never truly alone, for the guidance and wisdom of our ancestors are always accessible, waiting for us to reach out. In modern times, practitioners of African spiritual traditions continue to honor the dead through rituals and ceremonies, ensuring that the spirits remain an integral part of life. These practices, though rooted in ancient beliefs, have evolved to fit into contemporary life, preserving the core teachings of ancestor veneration while adapting to new circumstances. For example, many modern practitioners still engage in ancestor worship by setting up altars, offering prayers, and making sacrifices to honor their deceased relatives. These rituals may take place during significant events such as birthdays, festivals, or times of personal struggle when the need for guidance is most felt. Ceremonies such as libations, where water, alcohol or other sacred liquids are poured in honor of the ancestors remain a common practice. Through these offerings, the living reaffirm their connection with the spirits, ensuring that the guidance of the ancestors continues to flow into their lives. Additionally, some communities incorporate the use of mediums and spirit possession as a way to communicate directly with the deceased. During these rituals, a person may be possessed by an ancestor spirit, allowing the deceased to speak through them and offer counsel to the living. In this way, ancient traditions are kept alive not only in the spiritual realm but also within the context of modern life, ensuring that the wisdom of the dead continues to guide those who honor them. As we journey through the realms of Mbulu, Nfuduma, and Guinea, we come to understand that death is not a barrier but a passage, a transformation that brings the dead closer to the living. In these spiritual landscapes, the ancestors are never truly gone. They live on not as distant memories but as active forces guiding, protecting, and influencing the world of the living. Whether through dreams, rituals, or spirit possession, the dead remain present, continuing to offer their wisdom and blessings in ways that transcend time and space. The underworlds of these traditions teach us that the veil between the living and the dead is thin, and as long as we honor and remember the spirits of those who have passed, we maintain a continuous living connection with them. The shared belief in the presence of ancestors across these diverse traditions, from the Zulu to the Igbo to the Haitian Vodou people, reminds us of the universal truth that life and death are interconnected. These traditions not only celebrate the dead, but actively engage with them, ensuring that their wisdom continues to shape the lives of the living. Through rituals, ceremonies, and offerings, the connection between the living and the dead remains intact, ensuring that the ancestors are always with us. The spirits, guardians of wisdom, morality, and protection, continue to walk beside us, offering guidances as we navigate the challenges of our lives. As we reflect on the rich spiritual traditions that honor the dead, we are reminded that our ancestors are never far away. Their spirits remain woven into the fabric of our daily lives, offering strength, clarity, and support. It is through our rituals and reverence that we maintain this connection, ensuring that the wisdom of the past continues to guide us into the future. In honoring the dead, we not only honor their memory, but we also honor the sacredness of life itself. A life that is shared across generations, across realms, and across time. Thank you for joining us in this exploration of the African underworlds, where the living and the dead remain intertwined in a beautiful and enduring bond. May we continue to honor the spirits who guide us, always remembering that death is not the end, but a continuation of a journey that transcends the physical world.